Hello and welcome to Paula Unplugged at 61, where you're going to get real life, real talk and real laughs. I'm probably never going to say those in the same order ever, so please don't expect me to. So first of all, got to apologise. I've been a little bit behind the scenes this last week or so. I've been quite busy with my own work, my other business or my other job, and yeah, and I wanted to introduce you to Barbie, but unfortunately I went outside to start her up and open the door because the doors are all electric, and she wouldn't start. Poor old Barbie, she was a bit flat. So I had to get the lovely man from the AA roadside assistance to come out and give us a jump start. I mean, all us girls need a jump start sometime in our lives. And so when he came, it turned out she needed a new battery. So $300 later, she's now got a beautiful new battery. So I'm going to take you outside in a minute and introduce you to Barbie. But before I do that, I just wanted to give you a little bit more insight as to why I'm doing this vlog. Now, apparently that's a word now, vlog. I think if I'd used a word like that at school, I would have got vlogged. But anyway, apparently that is a word. So this, you could say this whole thing started 30 years ago. As I told you, I lived in Sydney with my, lived and worked in Sydney with my three best girlfriends, and we were kind of like the Sex and the City girls. We'd go to parties. In fact, we would have gone to the opening of a tin of tuna had there been a good party at the end of it. And so me and my one friend, we were, you know, quite sort of interested in finding the one. That's a laugh. But anyway, we decided to start an internet dating site. Now, back then, 30 years ago, internet dating was like nothing. It was new. It was just something that had just popped up out of nowhere. And we joined a website called RSVP. And when we joined, there was literally like 60,000 people on it in the whole of Australia. But you see, the other problem was for us, we lived in Sydney. Now, Sydney is a beautiful city, and I loved every minute I spent living in Sydney. Every single minute of the 12 years I lived there, I loved. And you just can't, you know, at some point in your life, you've got to visit Sydney because it's fantastic. And living there was just awesome. But Sydney is very well known as the second largest gay capital in the world, next to San Francisco. Now, being in your early 30s and being single and living in a lovely gay city probably wasn't the best recipe to be able to find the one. So me and my friend, we joined this website and we decided to start going on some dates and actually get out there. I mean, going to gay nightclubs was fantastic. We had a right laugh, but you were never going to pick up in a gay nightclub, let's face it. So anyway, we joined this website, and honest to God, some of the dates were so disastrous that one day I said to my friend, I said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go down to Harvey Norman on Sunday and I'm going to buy a laptop. It was my very first laptop, and I was 30 and 31 maybe. And I bought this laptop and I started writing these stories down. And so I ended up, I've originally called my book Move Over Bridget Jones because you haven't seen anything yet. But obviously I couldn't use Bridget Jones because it's copyrighted. So I wrote a book called 100 Pages of Bad Dates. And I've never really been sure which was sadder, the fact that I could fill 100 pages with bad dates or the fact that I wrote them all down. Anyway, so that book has been on a memory stick in my bag for 30 years. And last October, me and the three girls, we decided to have a long weekend on the Gold Coast, which is where one of my friends lives. So we all flew into the Gold Coast. We booked a beautiful penthouse apartment that overlooked the ocean. And, you know, you sit there and you think, geez, girls, we've arrived. But on the Saturday night, we had a lovely meal. We didn't go anywhere. We just stayed home. We had a lovely meal and a couple of wines. And the book came out. I said to the girls, I've got the book in my bag. Now, these three girls are the only three people in this whole world that have actually listened to or read any of these stories. And obviously one of them was part of some of the stories as well. So anyway, we got the book out and we started reading them out. And by the end of the night, we were absolutely crying with laughter with some of these stories. And my friend that I did the internet dating with, she said, Paula, you've got to, you know, all the girls were saying, you've got to publish this book. And I was like, oh, no, I don't think so. And my friend that I did the internet dating with, she said, no, you've got to do it not by other people reading it, but by you telling the stories. And she said, because when you tell the stories, it's so funny. And I said to her, so like a blog? And she said, well, no, because it's like a blog. You write down. So I said to her, so like a vlog, like on video? And she said, yes. Well, first of all, maybe an audio book. But she said, no. She said, you've got to be there reading these stories out yourself. So here we are. So over the course of the time that I'm going to be doing these videos, you're going to be hearing all these stories from 100 pages of bad dates. And trust me, there are some very funny stories in there. And sometimes you just think, you sit down and you think, geez, did this really happen? But, you know, the kids think they've got it tough these days with Tinder and God knows what else. You should have tried doing it back 30 years ago in a city full of lovely gay men. And, and only 60,000 people on the internet worldwide. Australia-wide. Well, on the dating site anyway. So there you have it. That's why I'm here. So I'm going to leave you with that thought. I was thinking maybe I will read out one of those stories today, but then I thought, no, I'm going to save it for you. But I just kicked my ring light and couldn't wear my glasses today because I can't see when I've got the ring light on. In fact, I get big rings in my glasses because of light reflects, which is ridiculous. But I'm still learning, as you know. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go and put my coat on because it's a bit chilly out there. And I'm going to take you outside and I'm going to show you the van. So just give me a minute and I will be back. So here we are outside and I've come outside to show you the camper van. Now the only problem is the minute I put my coat on, my dogs think that it's time to go for a walk. So they've been jumping all over me. So I took a little bit of time to calm them down. But I'm just going to swivel this round because here she is. Hello, campervan Barbie. Now, she's not very big. I never wanted a big one because there's only us three. So, but I'm going to just open the door. So, unlock. And we're just going to open this door so I can show you inside. So, there you go. Now, that toilet's not going in. So this is all being ripped out. So at the moment there's a table here and there's the bed. As you can see, the curtains are all cheapo naffo on sort of strings. That's all going to change. So I'll just take you around the back. Did you want to go in, Lily? Hey? Oh, Lily's going to go and have a look. Go on, Lily. Here you go. Oh, good girl. Lily's got in the van. Lily's in the van. Oh, is that fun? It's our van, isn't it, Lily? Lulu, do you want to try? Hey? No? You don't want to try the van? Come on. Lily likes it. Oh, well, looks like you'll be staying behind. So I'll just go around the back and I'll just show you. So, oops. Here's the kitchen. So this is the kitchen at the moment. So that's all going to change. That's all coming out. So the way I'm going to have it is this is all coming out here. And my bed's going to be at the back. So my bed will be here. And then I'm having it so that the kitchen will be across that door there because I don't need that door. And behind here, behind the chairs. And I'm going to have a little drawer that pulls out here. So it will pull out from here so that I can cook. And then my bed will be there and there'll be a little table that swings out here and I can eat off. So that's what it looks like at the moment. So as you can see, the front's really nice actually. The only other thing I've got to do is take it to the garage and hopefully they can convert the radio and stuff to English because it's all in Japanese at the moment and I'm learning Spanish, but I don't think I want to start learning Japanese as well. So there it is, there's my camper van, and it's going to be beautiful. So she's going to be Barbie the Glampavan by the time I've finished. So there you have it, there's my little camper van. So with that, if you want to see the progress and obviously keep up with the funny stories from 100 pages of bad dates, then you need to subscribe down below, down there, subscribe and follow my journey. Until next time, see you later. Adios, amigos.